13 months of deadly war, and now finally there's a ceasefire between Israel and Hezbollah. We saw a whole variety of reactions. People honking, people waving Hezbollah flags, guys firing guns in the air in kind of a celebratory manner. Hezbollah and its supporters will very much market this as a victory. But I think for the most people in Lebanon, they're going to see it as a defeat. We also heard a lot of sadness from people. They feel that Hezbollah dragged them into this war that very few people in the country actually wanted, and they didn't actually accomplish whatever they set out to do. The war has been the most destructive war in Lebanon for many decades. There are more than 3,500 people killed. The damage, according to the World Bank, is somewhere around $8 billion. The ceasefire agreement was negotiated largely by the United States and the French.
This is designed to be a permanent cessation of hostilities.
With Israel and indirectly with Hezbollah, because the United States considers Hezbollah a terrorist organization and so cannot interact with them directly. The idea is that everyone will stop fighting for 60 days to sort of lay the groundwork for a much longer term ceasefire. Israeli forces that have invaded southern Lebanon are supposed to withdraw to the south back into Israel. Hezbollah fighters are supposed to leave the south and move north of the Litani River. And then the Lebanese military is going to deploy in the area alongside a UN peacekeeping force to monitor for violations. The current war in Lebanon actually started in October 2023. Hezbollah began firing on Israeli positions right after Hamas's October 7th attack on southern Israel. And then starting in September, Israel suddenly escalated very dramatically against Hezbollah. Israel found a way to detonate thousands of pagers that were being carried by Hezbollah operatives. Then there was just widespread bombing, killing lots of people. And then there was an assassination campaign. Agreeing to the ceasefire actually required two major concessions. First, they spent months saying that the only way that they would stop fighting against Israel would be if there was a ceasefire in Gaza. Well, that was dropped. Basically, the reason that they gave for this entire war is not even part of the agreement that they're now participating in. The other thing is that the Israelis during the negotiation had pushed for some kind of an enforcement mechanism that would be led by the United States. Hezbollah, which is backed by Iran, considers the US an enemy, largely because of its staunch support over the years for Israel. And so for Hezbollah to agree to a ceasefire that's going to be overseen by one of its enemies is also a pretty serious concession that gives an indication that they really wanted this to stop. Hezbollah had always justified its military role as good for Lebanon. Somebody needs to be able to protect Lebanon from Israeli aggression. That's basically turned out not to really be true. When push came to shove, they just weren't able to do it, either because they didn't actually have the capabilities or more likely because the Israelis beat them to the punch. It's very premature to say that Hezbollah is out of the game, but there's something about the aura of Hezbollah that has been lost, and that could really change the dynamics in the country.